people will argue that the F-150 is the king of all pickup trucks with 650,000 units a year. But while most people are going to be buying XLTs, it's this truck right here, the 2017 Raptor, and the vehicle that replaced the 2014 Raptor that everybody is craving, including me. Aside from the unique Raptor badging, very little remains from the old truck, primarily because they've gone to an all aluminum body and it makes a big difference. How much of a difference? It's 500 pounds lighter than that outgoing model. When it comes to off-roading, it's all about the angle of approach and departure, and the Raptor has great numbers: 30-degree angle of approach and 23 angle of departure. You also have true dual exhaust, and as you can see, they've made this bumper a little slimmer so you can have more exposure to some of the hardware down here. Off-roaders just love this kind of stuff. The Raptor has a much wider track than the standard F-150. It's got these unique fender flares. These are some of the design cues that help it stand out from even the best F-150. But it's some of these design cues, like these functional vents in the hood and in the side, that really help kind of diffuse some of the heat. This truck has really been put through the paces, and it has not disappointed. For all you V8 purists, a moment of silence. The V8 is gone. It's dead as far as the Raptor is concerned. Been replaced by an all-new 3.5-liter twin-turbo direct-injected EcoBoost engine that produces 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. Not only is it lighter, not only is it mated to a 10-speed, an all-new 10-speed automatic transmission, but the power-to-weight ratio of this vehicle is much improved. As far as performance, this vehicle, a 6.2 liter, was getting 66 horsepower per liter. Now you're getting 129 horsepower per liter. That's a huge improvement. Here we are, the long-awaited 2017 second generation Ford Raptor, and we're at the Anza Borrego Desert, and we're about to do some high-speed testing. One of two extreme events we're doing today. And one thing that's new for this vehicle is that it has 6 modes for the terrain select, and we're in Baja mode.
Least aggressive, if you want to call it that way, traction control schedule. So it does pretty much just provide stability control, and it will let you yaw out the truck, have a little fun. But if you get a little too crazy, it will come in and save you. So you still have the ability to completely turn everything off, doing a 7-second press and hold on the traction control button. If you're an expert driver, or you feel like it's intervening too much, you can still turn all the nannies off. As you can tell, it's holding gears for you, right?
Yeah, it's holding quite nicely.
Yep. So it always keeps you in the power band.
So we completed our high-speed desert run, and you can see the extra 2 inches of travel that you now have on the 2017 Raptor versus the 2014 Raptor was very significant and well received. The new Fox shocks, they're amazing. They went from 2.5 to 3 inches, and again, all this new technology, a stiffer frame, high-strength steel, really makes a big difference. We have a 4.6 millimeter aluminum skid plate up front. So now we're doing some rock crawling. We just had hill descent control. That's not really new technology. We've seen that in many vehicles, but this is what this truck was built for. And that's what I keep telling people. You don't buy a 911 turbo and drive it around the neighborhood. You don't buy a Raptor and never take it off-road. It's meant to go off-road. It's a great on-road truck, but off-roading is really what this truck was built for. All that off-roading was a lot of fun, but let's be honest, 98% of driving is probably going to be done on roads like this. So you're going to want to know, how does this car behave on the road? And while it's not a sports car, it's pretty damn sporty for a truck. So there's an all-new 10-speed automatic transmission. I'm not a fan of these types of high gear transmissions, but they did a good job. It was co-developed with General Motors, and this is the first application. You expect to see it in other F-150s with the 3.5 liter EcoBoost for 2017. So I see more application for this transmission in the future. It's a good transmission, but you really got to put it in sport mode if you want it to respond quickly. We experienced that the last couple of days. One complaint I've heard about this truck is that for a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 truck, it's not the greatest interior. Well, this is the F-150 interior. You're not buying this truck for luxury, you're buying it because it makes a statement and it has amazing off-road capabilities. The most capable off-road pickup truck you can buy, period. Other than that, we love this thing. In my opinion, a good value, even though it costs so much money. It's so unique and people like to stand out. The lighter weight, 500-pound savings is very noticeable. Also, we were able to use 4 of the 6 mode selections from the terrain mode selector, and they do make a big difference. You need those when you go off-roading or crawl control, or you got some twisties and some canyons and you want to carve them up a little bit, you put them in sport mode. So we have a couple of things to complain about. So with the shifter, what my drive partner and I both found is that when you just get in and stick it in drive, sometimes you go past drive, you're in manual mode, and that's no good. So that's one complaint. The steering wheel is good, but it's very bulky. When we were off-roading today, it just kind of felt a little heavy. Beyond that, really not much to complain about. The seats were comfortable. They could be a little bit more supportive around turns, but that's not what this truck is made for. It's really made to absorb those those shocks, and it does that because it has 13 inches of travel up front and 13.9 in the rear. For 2017, the Raptor is available in 2 configurations, Super Cab and Super Crew. The Super Cab has 2 full-size doors and 2 half doors, the suicide doors, and the Super Crew is 4 full-size doors, and it's a foot longer than the Super Cab. Both have a 5.5-foot bed. With a starting price of $49,000, the Raptor is not inexpensive. However, it's well worth the money if you're going to get to do some of this kind of cool outdoor activity. High-speed desert running, and of course rock crawling like we've been doing. I'm Ron Doron. We'll see you next time on The Driver's Seat.